Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Today we're going to look at something that has become very, very important to me. Time savers and shortcuts. Well, one thing that I have learned in this financial game that we're playing on this channel, which by the way, it's not too late for you to jump in and set your goals and watch as we compete to go towards our game. And along the way, I'll share some points and tips and things to help you get there. And today, because of the circumstance I find myself in, I recently took on a third job. My scheduled hours in a week is 80 hours a week. That's 2 full-time jobs. And I'm 62. So needless to say, I'm kind of wore out. So I decided to go through and make a list of all of the ways that I have over the years and recently taken shortcuts and time savers to try to get the most out of my time. Now, one that I have used for years and years and years, and I learned this when I was very young, is your mail. When you get your mail, most people take it to their desk or their kitchen or wherever, and they sort it junk mail and bills. And they keep it all together for somebody else to go through or to look at it later when they got time. Or I don't. I stand at my garbage, and if it's a bill, it goes in one stack. If it's junk mail, it goes in the garbage. And if I think I might be interested in junk mail, I open it right there. Takes me an extra minute or two, but it saves a lot of time later down the road, a lot of paper space. Great time saver. In our finances, again, in our game, I find it saves, I wouldn't say it saves time, I would say that it condenses time by building multiple asset classes at the same time. And I've covered this many, many times, where you buy one asset, and then the profit from that you put into another asset, and the profit from that you put into another asset, so that all the way through whatever system you've designed, it's making money, it's performing a function, and if you set it up right, it's very, very easy to do. So build multiple asset classes. Now, my son recently decided to get into real estate, and he wanted to go really, really fast. And I told him no. I said, you go slow and build your team. And he looked at me and he said, build my team? I just want to buy real estate. Well, he soon learned what I meant. You know, you gotta have a banker, you gotta have a realtor, you gotta have a bug guy, you gotta have a handyman, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, the shortcut that I have found is I keep my team's business cards all in one spot. That way, I'm not scrolling down my phone trying to remember who it is. I'm not searching in 15 different areas for their business card. I keep them all together in one spot, and when I need one of them, I just go there and pick it up. Now this one is a little outdated because of the internet. Right now, for most bills that you pay online, you can set the date that you want it taken out, and that helps to build your cash flow. Back in the day, when people paid their bills by checks, and I still do for the most part. Again, I learned this one many years ago from a business I worked for. They had a thing on their desk set up for 30 days, had 30 slots in it. And 1 week before they wanted the company that they were paying to get it, they put it in that slot. And every day they went to the mail and took, that day's bill. What that did is it helped increase their cash flow. This was a multi-million-dollar company, but they were concerned about their cash flow. And if it's good for a multi-million-dollar company, it was good for me. I still do that. Now, one thing you can do today that most people don't know is that not only can you set the day, but when you open the account, like a credit card or a car loan or personal loan, you can request beginning, middle, or end of the month, and some places will even let you pick the date. So you can figure out what day of the month you got the most cash sitting in your bank, and that's the day that you want that bill due. This is all about increasing your cash flow without any additional cash. Now, as I said, I have 3 different jobs, and in those 3 jobs, there are times during the day where I have alone time to brainstorm. And one thing that I started doing a couple of years ago when I was doing videos, and I still do videos, obviously, but when I brainstorm about ideas for videos, I write them down. And then I come home and I keep a master list of video ideas. So, because anybody that's ever been a creator knows that you have times where you just can't come up with any material at all. So if you've got a list, if you reach a dry spot, you've got a list, at least you've got a spark. Now, not all ideas are good, and periodically I go through there and purge it. But if you've got a list of things that interested you at one time, you can go through there and get a show out of it. I currently have 4 pages of video ideas out there, and it keeps growing. That does not mean that I brainstorm all the time. Sometimes I brainstorm and get absolutely nothing. And sometimes I just spend a couple of minutes, I get 4 or 5 different ideas. So brainstorming list for me right now is videos, and also finance ideas to get more out of my finances. Another idea is a time saver is I'm getting ready to hire a housekeeper. And I have done videos on this before about I've needed one for a while, but I couldn't justify paying for a housekeeper if I wasn't spending that time being productive doing something else, making the money to pay for her. With the addition of this 3rd job, I quickly realized how much I need one. My house, it didn't take long at all for my house to get a pigsty. And I'm looking desperately for a housekeeper. And all I wanted her to do is to keep my house clean and do some of the jobs that I absolutely hate. Like go to the grocery store, drop my laundry off, put my mail in the mailboxes, do the chores that need to be done, so I don't have to be bothered with that. And I can spend my time making money and making investments, which is how it should be. And now I can justify it. Another time saver is this is one I learned back in the 70s when we had the gas shortage, and that is to bundle your car stops. Like this morning, when I get done here, I've got 3 things I need to get done today. laundry, grocery, Walgreens. So I drop my laundry off and have somebody else do it. Then I go to the grocery store, go grocery shopping, stop at Walgreens, get my daughter's card, come back home, put the groceries away, and then go pick up my laundry. So bundle your car stops, it'll save gas, it'll save time driving to and from, and you just what I try to do is try to make one big circuit out of it. And whatever the circuit shape turns out to be, but instead of retracing your ground all day trying to get your chores done, you make one big circuit, get it all done, and when you get home, you're done for the day. This is one I learned many years ago, and I still do this. I call it a spare time to-do list. Like carry your checkbook with you, and when you're sitting in the doctor's office or you're waiting for lunch at the restaurant, you pull your checkbook out and balance your checkbook. Or another one that I used to do when I was in the insurance business is I had sticky notes, and I would keep a stack of sticky notes with me, and then each chore that I needed to get done or each appointment that I had, I took a sticky note, put it on one side of my calendar, and then when I achieved it, I put it on the other side. I know, I'm antiquated, it's all paper. You guys do this on computer or on your phone with appointments. And I get it, but whatever works. All I'm saying is keep it together and keep the material handy so that when you've got a spare couple of minutes, you can achieve something instead of just wasting your time. Another one would be to automate your payroll and your savings. Everybody knows about payroll. Most people don't know or don't have their savings automated. I do. And oh boy, that was a huge time saver when I figured out I could do that. Every week or every 2 weeks, whenever I get paid, the bank goes in there and it's associated with that check. So on every Friday for my main check, I have X amount of dollars taken out for savings. They take it out of my payroll that is direct deposited. They put it into my savings account, direct deposit. I never see it. I don't touch it. I don't even know it's done. I check my balances once a month in keeping with our game. And other than that, I have nothing to do with it. And that is a huge time saver. I mentioned earlier about my laundry. I hate household chores, period. And laundry is one of them. Being single and no laundry hookup in my apartment, I have to go to a laundromat. If I had to go to a laundromat and do my laundry and fold it and put it up every week or every other week, I would spend an hour to an hour and a half doing laundry. Not to mention drive time there and back. I don't have time for that. So the laundromat that I go to has a service, and they will wash, dry, fold, bag up, hang up your laundry for like $30 or $35 a time. That's a huge time saver for me, well worth the money. Now there are other laundromats that will pick up and deliver, and I may do that, but right now the grocery store is right next door and I can get it all in one shoot and I don't have to pay extra for that. So now one that I don't normally do and I recently started doing is making a grocery list, because for several reasons. Number one, I don't like grocery shopping, and number two, I want to get in there and get out, and I'm trying to go less frequently to the grocery store. I was going every week. I'm trying to go every 2 weeks, mainly because I don't enjoy it. And then here's one that I didn't know about. I mean, I did. I just didn't bother until recently. And that is, you can do multiple things at the same place. At the credit union where I do most of my banking, they also sell stamps. Now, since I pay my bills and do most of the stuff by mail, I use a lot of stamps. And I used to go to the post office, and when you run out and you got to run down to the grocery store and pay $1.50 for a stamp, holy cow. So this way, when I go to the savings and loan once a month to check my balances and any miscellaneous checks that I've got or rental stuff, whatever it is, I always check my stamps, and I just buy my stamps there. And they're cheaper. Well, I just wanted to take some time to share some time savers and shortcuts with you. Maybe this can help you. These were done out of necessity by me. Some of them I've done for years, but a lot of them are out of necessity. I hope they help you. And I'm probably going to have another list because 80 hours a week is a lot of hours to work. And I got a lot of stuff I got to get done, so I'm probably going to come up with some other ones. So you guys have a great day, a great week, and happy investing.